The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 176 of your daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Fontaine Carrots V2. So, with no further ado, take a look, see what we get. Here we have the Fontaine Carrots V2 here in the standard glossy finish tuck box here. On the front here, we have Carrots playing cards by Zack, Mueller, and Anwar Carrots. Then you got obviously the carrots logo there, with the carrots kind of like design here in the background. Then you got the two kind of Fontaine F's there. And then you got this kind of card, kind of little border kind of look there for the front of the tuck box. On the side here, you kind of got the carrots that kind of wrap around kind of the tuck box there with the black background there. And you got the Fontaine website there, and then the Anwar Carrot website there. The other side has a little bit of like corporate information kind of. So you got distributed by Fontaine's and designed by Anwar Carrots, made in the USA. On the bottom, you got the Carrots logo. There's more of those carrots. On the back, you got a sneak peek of that back design there. On the top, it says Fontaine. On the inner tuck flap here, you got more of that carrot background there with the little white carrot there in the middle. On the inner tuck flaps here, it's got that black and orange carrot design that just wraps around. Got out of the box. On the inside of the tuck box here, it's just plain white. Nothing too crazy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with the back design here. Here we have a mirrored back design here with the standard white border going around. In the middle, you got the two Fontaine F's there. And then you got that Anwar carrot, kind of carrot design for the background here. And then the carrots are orange, and then you got the black background there. The carrots have a nice pop of color there on the black background there. And there's a mirrored back design, so you can flip it over, and it's the same design in both directions there. And now for the cards you get with the deck. Here we start with the first, or I guess the two jokers here. They're identical designs. Just you got the black colorway joker there with the small carrots there in the corners, and then the big carrot there in the middle. And the second joker here is in the orange colorway. You got a black and an orange joker there. And for the ace of spades here, you got a pretty simplistic ace of spades here. It's like you got that custom spade design, nothing like the standard kind of like a bicycle one. It's like slightly different than that. So it's just a big spade there in the middle. And then for the rest of the spades here, you got just that normal size custom little spade there. And that goes throughout the rest of the spades here. Then we get to the court cards, the Jack, Queen, and King of spades here. And they're pretty standard spades, pretty standard design, standard faces, just in a black and white colorway. And then for the diamonds here, the red pips are in an orange colorway. You got that orange colorway and that slightly custom diamond pip. And that goes throughout the rest of the diamonds here. And then we get to the court cards here, Jack, Queen, and King of diamonds here. And you can kind of see a theme here, like a black and orange kind of colorway theme here. And the diamonds here are in the orange and white colorway there. And then you got the clubs here, like a pretty standard looking club there. And the court cards here, standard court cards once again, just in a black and white colorway. And then you got those pretty standard looking clubs. They might be slightly custom like their own, but looking pretty standard there. And then lastly the hearts here. So a slightly custom heart design there. And then you got the court cards, standard court cards once again, just in that orange and white colorway. And the rest of the hearts here are just that standard, that slightly custom heart there, in the orange colorway. And the last two cards in the deck here, you got a carrot, kind of a little ad kind of card. I guess you could say they're little ad cards, but also just got some carrot cards. Got one that says carrots there at the bottom, and then a picture of a big carrot, and it's just the background on the back. And then here you got one that just says carrots there in 4 different colors: the blue, green, orange, and red there. And just the back design on the back. Now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And first we'll start with the springs. And I gotta say, this deck has not been shuffled yet. It has been opened. I've opened this before, but I have not shuffled or really used these cards. So the cards will definitely be a little bit slippery. As you can see, they're slightly sliding in my hands. But the springs feel really springy. They feel like a crushed kind of stock. Look at that nice smooth springs. And they're nice and bendy. There's no stiffness to them at all. They're super bendy. There's definitely no issues with the springs. Now on to the fans. Well, as you can see, they spread nice and evenly here. You can see all the different pips and numbers here. There's no stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. They're pretty consistent and smooth. Now time for the Pharaoh. You got a pretty smooth Pharaoh there. And the interlocked and weave pretty good. Not flawlessly, because you can see little spaces in between, but almost perfect. Now time for a giant fan of the back design. Oh yeah, and now time for the reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh wasn't as smooth. I kind of had to, as you can see, I had to shuffle them together, slide them together to get them to interlock and weave. But the interlock and weave pretty good there, not flawlessly or anything. Now time for a giant fan of the faces. Maybe if I can get it to work, because these cards are definitely slippery. Now time for the wiffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. Well, anyways, with a couple of wiffles that I actually got to work, they're pretty smooth here, and there's no real issues other than I found that they're a little bit softer because they're a more bendy, the cards are a little bit more bendy, they're more of a crushed stock. It's more of a softer riffle compared to a thicker deck. You got more louder, kind of harder, kind of riffle. They're not bad, but they don't I just can't get perfect riffles every time. But when I do, they're nice and smooth. Now time for a few packet cuts. Well, for the packet cuts, they felt relatively smooth here. And they didn't feel like they're going to slide out of my hands too much, but maybe a little bit. Because they were definitely a slippery deck. So any cards could like slip out of your hands, but they felt pretty like decently smooth. Because as you can see, like I can packet cut pretty fast. But they definitely feel like a little bit like they could slide out of your hands at any moment. You just gotta be careful about that with newer decks. Now time for the one-handed cut or Shelly egg cut. Now time for the dribble. Yep, and the cards are definitely slippery. It keeps wanting to slide out of my hands. And once again, since they're crushed stock, you got a softer. The cards will be a little bit softer. So you got the softer style dribble here. Not a bad dribble. You can just definitely tell they're a lot softer. But the dribbles, they're still pretty fun to do. Other than them sliding in your hands. And now, time for the spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, like I say, not a bad looking Fontaine deck. This is the second Carrots deck in the series, and they're looking pretty good. It's a little bit of a bonus because it's kind of my favorite color combo, like the black and the black and the orange there, and the addition of the white. So like pretty much all three colors that I like in one deck. So you got a nice looking back design there. So all the carrots there in the background there, and the iconic Fontaine F's there for the mirror design. And you got the faces here with the slightly custom pips there and suits. Then you got the court cards here where the red ones are in an orange colorway. And then you got the black like suits here, or the court cards, which are just in the black and white colorway. And it's all overall a nice, well-designed deck, and pretty simplistic at the same time. And for the handling here, it's pretty smooth there. It's like a lot thinner of a deck. So if you like thin decks, this is definitely one you should pick up. And they're definitely slippery for being like new cards. Like they're definitely extra slippery, so I gotta be careful about that. But overall, the deck is pretty nice, and the handling is relatively decent there. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 176 of your daily deck review. This has been the Fontaine Carrots V2. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.